What a year this has been. A pandemic, election in the United States, a zillion hurricanes. So it's a pleasure to come to the end of a year like that. So I'm looking forward to 2021, and I hope very much for your happy holidays, and take good care of yourselves. Thank you, and don't forget to turn on your notifications. Here's a chart for the month of December 2020. This chart has a Sagittarius sun and rising, and a Gemini moon. All of the personal planets are in the objective or upper half of the chart. This is a pretty solid indication that people in the United States, and perhaps across the globe, are waiting and hoping to see real change in their daily lives. But the lower subjective half suggests the possibility of military ventures that will, if they happen, make economic and/or political recovery difficult and the fight against the virus less effective. However, if sanity prevails and the political waters are not roiled, this Sagittarius sun and rising could become inspirational, leading to positive social, political, and spiritual transformations. For ordinary people like you and I, it's time to become cautiously hopeful, willingly engaged in working toward a better tomorrow. If you know your moon and rising signs, please listen to those as well. Aries, move past insecurity. Take charge of transforming your self-worth. Support this by strong intellectual efforts that reject emotional responses such as anger and resentment. Taurus, old values are swept aside amidst economic chaos. Revive higher, more positive values and use them to rekindle a much stronger sense of your worth and creative validity. Gemini, your mental attitude needs to allow for deeper thought about transforming your understanding of life and love. Possibilities of life have intrigued you long enough. Choose one. Cancer, your primary relationship is your anchor. This allows you the luxury of risking a lot by engaging your deeper self in the everyday world of productive, meaningful relationships of real worth. Leo, you should engage your creative impulses along more positive and uplifting lines of activity. Being appreciated is not enough. Revive or establish an inner sense of faith in your vision. Virgo, selflessness is your motif, but it requires a faith in your self-worth. This is what needs improvement. Basing your feelings on service to others will help you avoid overanalyzing yourself. Libra, take direct action to be in charge of all your relationships. This requires inner strength and straight-up truth-telling. Stick to practical activities. Your social obligation involves serving others. Scorpio, the best way forward is to elevate expectations. Focus your mind on practical goals. Expressing yourself along compassion lines of thought means acting upon positive feelings. Sagittarius, some of what you believe is true, but some of it is just wishful thinking. This solar eclipse in your sign will help you see the difference. Direct your life and work toward serving others. Capricorn, direction needs clarification. Accept the past and repurpose it. Spiritual ideals both help and confuse you as you learn to heal from family issues that seem to have a life of their own. Aquarius, relationship issues confound and anger you. This could place stress on your finances and your status with a business or personal partner. Be positive and accept this change. Pisces, deep sorrow surfaces where happiness should be. Feelings of powerlessness are trying to leave. Let them. If you can do it, turn your mental dial up towards spirituality and kinder self-thoughts. The socio-cultural political overview. This Sagittarius rising pulls us up to the 9th house of foreign affairs and offers potential military activities which seem to emanate from some ego machinations and secret agreements that no longer President Trump is trying to use to booby-trap the incoming Biden administration. This is a clear sign of what Trump had in mind for a second term. It is a dangerous situation, but the eclipse in Sagittarius on the 14th of December should be the end marker of his effective term in office, so that cooler heads might deflect his actions away from his darkest visions. Meanwhile, the country is trying to transcend the conflicted feelings of anger and resentment that the outgoing administration has caused, as evidenced by Mercury in the 12th house of transcendence. The Sagittarius ascendant is looking toward healing, not warring. The 2nd house of resources and primary values, filled as it is with Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn all conjunct, is thus geared toward revival of basic economic and traditional values. This effort largely depends on positive outlooks being expressed by political and spiritual leaders in ways that are effective and focused on structural and cultural values that can withstand the stress of a discipline that places bets on the future as a way of transcending the past.